Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Diva of DivaSpeaks Relationships, and welcome to a quick chat on this lovely Monday afternoon. So, today I want to talk about, real briefly, how they treat you is how they feel about you. So, again, how they treat you is how they feel about you. Now, this conversation is basically piggybacking off of the latest podcast episode, which is entitled I Love Him, but He Treats Me Like Shit. So if you haven't had a chance to check out that particular episode, I invite you to do so because the diva actually brought the heat. I brought the smoke. I did not hold back on that episode. It is especially dedicated to my ladies. So again, please check it out. DivaSpeaks.podbean.com or wherever you listen to podcasts, it should be available. But as far as today's conversation, how they treat you is how they feel about you. You know, we've all heard that before. We've seen the different memes and quotes all over the place, especially social media. And, you know, it means something different to you when you're being loved the right way, when you're being treated the right way, when you are respected and valued and loved properly. To hear how they treat you is how they feel about you is a wonderful thing, right? So let's flip that. Let's talk about when they treat you bad, when they act like they don't care about you, when their actions scream to you that you are not valued, you are not respected, and you are not loved. As troubling as it may be, you have to consider the fact that maybe it's not an act. Maybe they really do not love you, or they have fallen out of love with you. And that is a hard pill to swallow, but it is one that you must come to terms with. Because what do we always say? People can only act for so long, right? They're no longer acting, they're showing you their true colors. Because it is impossible to believe that someone that genuinely and thoroughly loves you would see you in pain, would see the distress that they're causing you, and stand unapologetically in their wrong. That is a person who seems to be an incurable, unapologetic jerk. Yeah. And we teach people how to treat us. So the longer that you stay with a person who continues to disrespect you, to be inappropriate with their behavior, who repeatedly commits acts of betrayal, you're teaching them to devalue you, and you're teaching them how to treat you because you're tolerating something that you should not have to tolerate in a loving relationship. So I guess the question is, how do you forgive someone who will never say sorry for wronging you? They'll never say sorry for hurting you. How do you forgive someone who doesn't feel a damn thing about what they're putting you through? It takes time. It has to be intentional. Prayer, removing yourself from the situation, reinventing yourself and your happiness, building a life outside of that individual. Because whether you stay or whether you go, pain is involved. It's going to hurt you to leave, and it's going to hurt even more to stay. You can't feel bad for requiring someone to treat you better, for requiring more, for demanding respect, for demanding more. You know, for a person to be careless and reckless in the way that they operate in the relationship, to be unapologetic about the bad behavior, makes excuses for the unacceptable behavior, for crossing over boundaries, for upsetting you, hurting you, embarrassing you, and got you out here in these streets looking like a damn fool. And they have the nerve to act as if they don't care. Well, my friends, this is no longer an act. This is the person that you are in the relationship with. And as Maya Angelou has said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Believe them. You know, one of the major red flags of a narcissist is a person who is unapologetic about the way that they treat others, refuses to apologize. They know that they're wrong. They simply don't care how cold, shallow, dark of a heart they must have. But you have to take responsibility for your feelings. It's okay for you to hurt, because the pain that you're experiencing is an indicator that you really were in love. You really were invested into a relationship that this person has checked out of. Perhaps they've moved on without telling you. You deserve someone who loves you back. You deserve someone who's going to respect you in the relationship. You deserve someone who will not have you out here in these streets looking like a fool. How they treat you is how they feel about you. If a person can see that you're upset and see the pain that they're causing you in your face, in your eyes, through your action, and simply not attempt to make things right or better, they don't deserve you. You're too precious for that. You're not connected to this person. You're not connected to this person. And one of the worst things that you can do if you are on the receiving end of poor treatment is wait on that person to come to their senses, to wait on that person to suddenly, out of nowhere, look at you and say, wow, I've been wrong. Or to look at you and say, I see your worth again. Now I can see your worth. Now I can see how much you mean to me. You shouldn't have to wait around on a person to come to their senses. You're better than that. Love is shown through actions. Love is an action word. There's not enough I love yous in the world to make up for no action on their part. Now, I understand that relationships have their ups and downs, your highs and your lows. But if this person is treating you so bad that you have more days where you're depressed, you have more sleepless nights, you have loss of appetite, you're depressed, you're sad. The signs are right there in your partner's face, and they fail to reach out, redirect their, no. They fail to check their own self and turn the situation around on how they're treating you. No. Nope. You know which ones are the worst. Which ones are the worst are the ones that claim to know God. Male or female. It seems like sometimes the ones that like to scream that the loudest are the worst ones. And you have to ask yourself, are you serious? Are you freaking kidding me? Narcissistic behavior. And why should you be the one to always make the attempts to figure out what's the problem when it's clear that they're the problem? They're the problem, and they refuse to acknowledge what they're doing. They see no wrong in how they treat you. They see no wrong in the consistent verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, and acts of betrayal. They stand unapologetically in their shit. Well, my friends, you deserve better. You shall have better once you make up in your mind how to let go of someone who has moved on. Someone that wanted to be in a relationship with you would put forth the effort to show you, because how they treat you is how they feel about you. You deserve the love that you desire and you require. You are so worthy of love. You are so worthy of love, respect, happiness, warmth, kindness, kind words, a person who won't change up on you. You deserve that. So, you guys, until the next time in the next episode, you guys be safe out here. We have a lot going on in this world. We started out with the coronavirus, which changed names to COVID-19. And we've had to deal with police brutality and racism in the last 30 days that is draining. It's so sad. It's so sad. The world is just one pathetic, sad place right now. And with all of that being said, if the person that you're in a relationship is not one that is comforting you, is not one that is trying to hold your hand and you're holding their hand and trying to make it through this sad, hateful world together, you're better off alone. You can do bad by yourself. This is not the time to be in a relationship with someone who's being nasty and vile, constantly messing up and not owning their stuff. This is not the time for that. This is the time for healing. This is the time to show more kindness, more love. And if everyone outside of your relationship, if everyone outside of your relationship get the best of your partner and you only get the worst end of them, let those people have your partner. Let them have them. As Bishop Jakes once said, your destiny is never tied to anyone that left. They want to treat you like crap. They don't care. No apologies. Let them go. Let them go. You deserve better. You shall have better. I hope this has encouraged someone. Until the next time, be sure to check out the latest episode on DivaSpeaks Relationships podcast entitled, He Treats Me Like Shit. Well, that's the last of the title. The first part is, I love him, but he treats me like shit. I think that particular episode will truly bless someone. I know that it will. It will bless you. It will bless you. And make sure that you check out my brand new website, diva-speaks-official.com. Make sure you tell someone about the podcast and subscribe to the show. Have a lot of exciting episodes planned down the road. And it is my pleasure to continue to create more relationship content for you. Be blessed.